The first thing you want to do is to mark the location of the key elements. Even though the photo reference has no room above the head, but I don't want it to look like so tight. So the way I draw the beginning using a straight line, mostly straight line, by adding details as I blocking out the location, and then I'm going to add some other information. And starting from simple, easy. Okay. And the ear, when I draw this, I block out this shape. And this shape should be a little more to the right side, like here. So I'm going to start using just the water. And if your brush is not wet, and you might want to make sure the brush is really soft enough. And I'm going to do, thank you. Okay, now I'm going to wet the area. When you're going around the edge, you'll be a bit careful. And here, good. Start with the light color. I'm gonna get the yellow color, and I have quite a bit of color over here. Get yellow color into this. I'm just gonna splash the color here. It doesn't need to be exactly the colors and in the picture, not necessary, right? And get a little blue colors, a little bit more blue colors going in here. And just get there, try to give the illusion, and there is some soft objects in the background. It could be tree, could be things, but it doesn't have to be really be able to tell. And the other reason they have the background painted, because we do want to see the light value on the monkey. Without the dark background, the light value won't be able to show, right? Okay, like this. Just put some color on, and you feel free to put other color in if you want. Like for example, I'm gonna make a little red colors, make a little red here. Go for it. I'll make a little purple color and go for it. And also I'm gonna put in some color in here, and I'm gonna prepare the scratching later. But if you want to scratch some color, make it light, darker value. Over here, I'm going to put it here. Like this. That is lots of water. But that's good. So over here, while it's wet, I'm going to put some dark color. How we can make the dark colors? And I'm going to put in some really red, putting with this color. That's pretty dark, so that's make a little more blue. This looks like too much red. I'm gonna put it here. Okay. Let it go. Just keep going. I want this a little bit darker next to the monkey's nose, because the dark color compared to the light color, it will stand out even more. So, okay, good. And over here, I'm going to start making a little bit of suggesting this is the hair, like this. Even though I'm probably going to wash it to get a little bit more details. So I'm going to get some yellow color in here, getting this. Okay, good. And here I'm going to put in some dark colors. And I'm just putting the background colors in. You're feeling a little bit more like a chaotic. This kind of like a out of control. And I make you even more uneasy. Throw some water in here. And now I'm going to take out some of the accumulated colors in here. And I want to take some too much of the accumulated wet out of here. I don't want to leave like one area to have lots of water and the other is already drying. So I'm going to take some of the wetness out, especially accumulated at the edge. I'm going to take those out. Okay. When this is wet, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start lifting off when it's wet. You know those techniques. There's a simple one, right? I'm going to use this to take the color out. So that's how you create something looks so soft. It looks like in the background because you lift it off when it's wet. And also over here. Without enough wet, you cannot do that. So use more water in the first round. It provides you the opportunity to use different various techniques. Now it looks like the hair in the distance. It's not sharp, but it can tell you some of the things happening, something going on. And now you're convinced, right? Either now from now on, I'm gonna spend more water. Okay. Like that. And here too. Let's start driving here. So I need to do a little bit faster. See. Now it's working on the wet, lifting off when it's wet. Okay, here too. I want to soften the edge. I'm going to use the big brush. Okay, take a look on the back. So I'm going to do, and putting this color in here, it's just about right. Okay, make a little bit more water and touching into the colors, so you can see, welcome some color in, so you'll be able to create the blur effect, but even though it's still be able to see the separations. Got a little yellow color in here. This is pretty fresh. I'm going to put a little color here. This is the only fresh color on the monkey's head. And I'm going to make it a little softer here. Tap on it. Okay. I'm going to put there's too much blue, too dirty. I'm going to use this color to make it a little softer. Okay. I think this is a good idea to actually touching the outside, making a bit like this. Just a little bit like that. I think too much color coming in, so I'm going to lift up some of the color over here. So next what I'm going to do, I'm going to start working into the general color shape in under the eye. I'm not going to ready to get into the eye yet, but just put a little red colors in this area. You know, the whole thing here. Inside the eye a little bit more yellow, so I'm going to paint it around inside the eye. I don't want to get too much color into the color supposed to be yellow, right? And a little warmer color over here too, and just about it. And but inside here is a little bit lighter, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift off a little color here, take a little lighter, and that's it. Let's paint the general shape in the eye. working in the area of the chin. This is already dry, so I'm going to start working into that shape. So what that shape look like? A little warm colors, right? A little blue colors. This is not too dark because it have lots of water in this colors. So I'm gonna just get in here. Right, good. Here's the chin of the monkey. There's the nose, the nostril of the monkey. Putting some color in here and in here. And get a little color here first. It may be a little too dark for that, but we can take the color out if it ended up look too dark. So I'm gonna coming into here, and we're gonna come back to make more definitions in the ear. Not this time. I'm gonna make a little color here, a little dark color. It looks like little details. That's it. That's good. So I'm gonna come in here just with the clean brush and to make a little fuzzy details for the face, the nose, like that. Okay, now this is good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to leave away. I'm gonna stop working on this. I'm gonna start taking care of some of the area. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this color in here, and the scratch need to be in a good timing, and it need to be not too wet, but not too dry. Okay, I'm gonna make this color. Like this. Good. So I'm gonna waiting. Some dark details I have not put in yet. Not at this point. So while I'm waiting, here I'm gonna start working into the ear. I'm gonna make a little bit more blue color into the ear. Putting a little blue colors. See, in the ear has a little more blue colors. So I'm gonna put some blue color here. And that's it. And I'm going to come back to put dark color later, and maybe have a little bit brown colors, kind of a little warmer colors. Get it? And over here, hold on. You have to draw every hair. I just give a little suggestions. And maybe give the suggestions. Here, like this. Tap on it to see. Look like some of the hair in this area. Okay, that's good. Maybe that's too much. Just gonna let go of that. So while I'm waiting for that, I think I'm going to can do something continuous into the background. I'm gonna start a little lifting off. It's close to dry. Into the mouth over here. Okay, a little more lifting off in here. I'm gonna see if this is still working. Oh my goodness. You see some of the color, some of the scratch, it ended up looks darker because it's too much wet, and the color actually come back into the scratching area. When the scratching area have the color come in, it actually make the color look darker. It's not. And maybe a little too much. So I'm gonna soften some area here. I'm gonna keep it like that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out some of the color here. I don't want it to be look to the whole general area that's supposed to be lighter. So the scratches doesn't really do what we expected at the first place. So I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter. Still try to keep some of the scratch feel to it. This is already dry. I'm getting into the eye. I'm gonna putting some yellowish colors under the eye. But before I do that, I'm gonna get a little darker colors first. Here, and remember there's some light shape. I want to paint it around that. You see that little light? You don't want to ruin that light. Okay, it's good. And then I'm going to put in a little yellow colors underneath. I have some yellow color in here. A little more yellow colors. I still not putting the darkest color in yet. But as soon as you're putting the dark color in, this is gonna look more contrast, more shiny. But I will do that later. Okay. And then I put a little brown color finish on the side over here. Okay, maybe a little color over here. And start preparing to catch the shadow underneath the eye, like this. So you divide your painting process in multiple steps. So you're not worried about that it's kind of overwhelming. I'm going to put in little colors in here. What I'm trying to encourage you to take risk. Okay, put yourself in a situation that you have to fight for it instead of feel comfortable. Okay. Right. Okay. Next, I'm gonna start putting some details onto the facial. I'm gonna get a little. All the color you have in this process, it's just yellow, red, and blue. So if you don't think it's more should be more blue or red, that it should be a little bit more yellow, right? Okay, so I'm gonna putting a little details in here, like that, adjusting, and underneath, that's the mouth. Okay. That's the monkey. The chin. Okay, I'm gonna put in some color and leave some light value. This, and put in little suggestions of the dark value in the hair. Maybe a little too much details. I'm going to loosen this, some detail like this. Probably good. Don't want too much detail in here. Now I'm going to coming into the ears, putting some dark color into the ear. What's the dark colors? The best colors is just getting the purple colors here, and maybe a little more blue, maybe a little colder. Okay, here we go. And this is the ear. And the edge. Now I'm going to start using getting the middle tone by just use a clean brush, blend in the dark color into the light colors. Okay. good. And I'm gonna keep a little brown colors in here, suggesting because a little warmer, fresh colors. So I'm gonna add some yellow and red into here, suggesting. It's all about suggesting. Okay, now I come down here, get some even darker color details underneath here. Multiple steps, not one step. Okay, now I want to get into the eyes. Oh, it should be warmer. Okay, that's good. A bit warmer. Getting into right there. Okay. I only paint it with the tip of the brush. I'm getting into here. And then there's some darker value underneath here. I'm going to tap a little color underneath. And I'm going to blend the colors down in here, make it a soft transition. That should be a little. Like this. Coming down here and have a little dark color. Like this, and this could be a little darker over there. I'm gonna soften this a little bit. Maybe sometimes a little bit too obvious. I don't want that. And I think this is good. Not too bad here in the background here. I can soften that a little bit. Okay, like that. And maybe a little lighter over here. So I do a little touch up. I'll make that the hair a bit more like the backlight here. Come in here. And I do want somewhere a little bit darker in the background. I'm gonna add even darker colors. So just a little bit more blue. And a little more darker color here. And a little darker over here. And even have some darker color touch into the monkey here. So I'm gonna do it, just brush through it, but I'm gonna tap on it so that the color blend in into the existing colors I want to touch into. This is almost successful, so it's not quite. So I'm gonna actually wash this a little bit. That's good. Take it out. Let the color come in a little, and there probably should be a little colors come in here, because otherwise it will look like this part of the monkey's body. It's not. And I'm gonna put a little warmer color in here and here, like that. think it's too much yellow over here. I'm gonna make it instead, make it a little bit more blue color into this area, because I do want the contrast between the background and the monkey a little bit more. So I'm gonna do another round. Okay, like this. Alright, good. A little bit darker now. I'll be a little careful. If you keep working and working in the colors, and the colors are going to get darker and darker and darker. So good. Like this. And let that soft in. Okay, we talk about maybe a little more definition in the back. There you go. Have a chance to create a little bit more definitions. I think this should be a little bit softer. I think this just too much definitions. Look at this old monkey.